Even people with high incomes are living paycheck to paycheck because they're not checking their habits and their mindset.
Just because you have some debt doesn't mean that that's the thing you should be attacking. Maybe you should be attacking your cash flow.
Generational wealth is about like the mindset that gets changed in each generation.
We need to go back to the drawing board to teach people how to earn money.
No matter how much money you're earning, it's all gonna fly down the drain because you've really never mastered how to create habits.
If you don't have new conversations, you'll never open up doors to opportunities that are out there for you to make new money.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy
Morning.
Money
Mondays
with the
Mouzons.
All right, good.
We don't always get it on the first try.
All right, cool.
That was good.
Happy Monday, y'all.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
That's right. 2026, brand new year.
He's
yeah.
going to Facebook on his
Yeah.
phone.
No, I'm making sure that
Zarda Moon.
cool. Anyways, welcome in. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Chris, welcome in.
Hey, Chris.
Happy 2026. Happy 2026, y'all. Glad we made it to a brand new year.
We'll get there. We'll get
You haven't even made any content for it recently.
I know. She's excited for the channel. You got to be making more content, little girl.
Got to get it out there. Anyway, happy 2026. Hope everybody had a great New Year, New Year's Eve, whatever you did for New Year's. Watch the ball drop. Watch the ball drop.
Countdown.
The countdown, whatever it was. Glad that you guys are here. Again, we're back into a brand new year. We're going into like our third year doing this. Third or fourth year doing this.
No.
Yeah, third year.
Third, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. In
You
2026.
did third?
Yeah.
Second.
No, because it was beyond 24. It was 23. I think that we had the idea. It was right when we moved up here. Because we moved up here in 22. And it took a year.
I got to see that.
No, yeah. You can probably go back and look.
Wow. Time flies.
Yep. But again, the reason why we do this, Money Mondays with the Mouzons, is so that you guys have an outlet, a place to be able to get your financial questions answered. We know, being in this financial space for a long time, we dealt with tons and tons of people that just got tons of questions when it comes to their money, when it comes to their savings or their debt or their insurance or what investment they should make or I don't know, what they want to do for work, all this stuff. And so we like having the conversation, and we just know that there's not enough places for y'all to have the conversation with professionals.
With
professionals. You might
That's
have
the
them
key.
with friends and family or people that, you deem close to you. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to do this for everybody. So feel free to drop some comments down there. Yeah, Chris, we decided to go live on Facebook and YouTube right now. So we're live on YouTube as well on our United Agency channel.
Give us a subscribe, Chris.
Yep. So feel free to go over there and subscribe to the channel. Again, Facebook, YouTube, all you guys, we want to have these financial conversations so that you can get your money right in 2026, right? There's lots of information out there. Some of it good information, some of it misinformation. Some of it isn't information for you at your level, right? And it's information at a different level. And so you always want to make sure that you're taking in information at your level and applying it at your level. That's how we get there. So you don't necessarily need an offshore tax-free bank account from Switzerland. You don't save any money here in the States. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, that might not be your thing. But finding a strategy to get out of debt or something like that might be your strategy. It might be what you need right now. So, we'll spend some time talking about the stuff every single Monday. Feel free to continue to tap in every single Monday. Today, we're going to talk about a couple things. The topic that we had dropped was the 5 money habits to leave behind in 2025 or to not take in with you to 2026. And we had some ideas we're going to drop in there, but feel free to drop your own questions, your own comments. What are some habits? What are some ideas, some money things that you want to leave behind? And what are some money things you want to pick up in 2026? You have any ideas, babe, of what money habits or things you want to leave behind, or things we want to take into 2026 as money habits?
I have something to say about that.
Go ahead.
Saving money, now going to TJ Maxx.
Yes, that's a good one.
Saving money is always a good habit, right?
And for my 9th birthday, coming up in like 5 months, not spending a bunch of money, like $1,000, going to American Dream. Because it was not worth it. I got very sick from that poopy water. I forgot the word.
Yes, the word. The word. She forgot the word. Yes, that's a good one, Bum Bum. Don't spend too much money. Save your money. Sometimes things aren't worth it. We went to American Dream Mall last year for her birthday, which is like one of the biggest malls in the U.S., I guess, and it had an indoor water park. And the water was like splashing in our ears, and we ended up getting sick that night, feeling all feverish from that dirty, nasty water. That's what she's saying. But yes, better habits 2026. I would say just getting in the habit of talking about money more and in a positive way. Sometimes we think about our habits just in like spending or saving, but sometimes it's just in the micro habits, like just talking about your money more, thinking about your money more in a positive way. When you catch yourself thinking about money in a stressful, negative way, try to catch that and reverse it and see what you can say in a positive way that's more uplifting and about your money, or more positive energy about money, because we all know, energy rules the world. So your thoughts become your behavior. So if we can get deeper into, the thought around money, our mindset around money, how we think about it, how we talk about it, then we can start to change things from the root up. So I think just a good habit for 2026 for me and for other people who try to like shy away from talking about money, because it is a stressful thing to think about or talk about. That's usually why people shy away from it, because it's like not happy. So people try to avoid what's not happy, or like what's not, exciting to them, or what's stressing them out. So drawing more into that in a positive ways is a good habit to try to build.
Yeah. Being able to talk about things optimistically, right? Positively.
Which can be like goal setting, vision stretching. Like when it comes to your finances, like set the goals, envision the goals, spend that time that you would be spending stressing about what you don't have and what you're looking for and what's stressing, and then use that same energy to like vision stretch and what could be and how could I get there and what skills do I have and what would my house look like if I stepped out of my comfort zone for a while, and like really train your brain to start thinking on those things.
Yep, and it's a programming, right? So you have to practice this type of stuff. That's why I said these are things that we're gonna leave behind in 2025. We're gonna leave old mindsets, leave old habits around money. In 2026, you might want to pick up a book around money. When's the last time you read a money book? Ramit Sethi's, I think that's how you say his last name. I'll Teach You How to Be Rich. Great book. Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. If you want a really big, if you really want a bigger book to read, Money. What was it?
The Four Money Bears.
Well, Money Master the Game was the book I was thinking about
for kids.
But for kids, if you want to help kids change their mindset around money, Four Money Bears is a great book that we always like to talk about. Zamina likes to talk about. So that mindset, right? That mindset, those are some things to leave behind in 2025. It's the mindsets around money. What are some other things we can leave behind in 2025? We can leave behind some of the keeping up with the Joneses, if that's you, right? Keeping up with what your neighbor has, keeping up with what your coworker has, or a family member. They got the car, you got to get the car. Someone else got the house, you got to get the house, right? Wherever someone goes on vacation, you want to go on vacation. The keeping up with the Joneses, the continuing to buy things to impress people that maybe you don't like or it won't be in your life for long. That holds people back. That has held some of you back, right? When it comes to what you spent on last year, and now we're heading into 2026, maybe in the same place, maybe in a.
What's that noise?
It's the Nina's iPad. A little bit. But yeah, being able to not have to do the same things that other people are doing financially, and you just running your race financially. You knowing exactly what your spending is, your budgets, where how much money is
That
coming
could be
in for
that
you.
could be someone, yeah, a big goal for, and it is a big goal for most people, is like learning to budget in 2026. Really putting that into practice, and taking time to track your money every single month, because tracking is what creates the best budget. So making that a goal, if you haven't been doing that in 2025, it's essential that you do that in 2026. Tracking is like essential to really getting to know your money, and being able to set proper goals.
Yeah, that's it. Having an awareness of where your money's going is always important. So that kind of went to like lack of financial planning, lack of just kind of getting organized with your money. Let's leave that back in 2025. In 2026, let's take a better care, more intentional focus on our financial planning, on looking exactly to see what does 2026 look like, just from a cash flow standpoint, from an income and expenses standpoint. You have big things coming up in, big bills or whatever it is that come up in the middle of the year. Let's plan for them a little bit better, so we're not set backwards like potentially we were in 2025. All right.
Mhm.
So a couple other things, how we think about cash flow, right? Just in general, how do we think about cash flow? Are you thinking about bringing in more income? Are you thinking about diversifying the income? That saying of multiple streams of income. Well, do you have multiple reliable streams of income? We added that word in there last year to make sure people understand it's not just about saying you could do this, or you have this side business here, or this side thing here, but are they reliable? Are they ways that you actually generate money? Is that the way that you're able to bring in money in a pinch? If you're like, hey, I just need an extra $1,000 this month, how do you go about doing it without picking up extra hours and working overtime? How are you diversifying your cash flow? We'll probably die on this hill, y'all, of like, you need to make more money, right? Like, you need to make more money. It's just the way it goes. People don't like to hear it all the time. They always want the secrets
Right.
and all the different formulas and all the different places that they can take.
They're like, no,
investments.
reformulate,
Yeah.
but not that.
Yeah.
Reformulate. How can
Like,
we?
no,
But
really.
not
Like,
that.
I have this extra $3,000. Like, how do I turn this into 100,000? Like, I need to take this $2,000 that I have extra, which is all that I have.
What do you mean I can't retire that way?
And I need to turn this. I need to make this last, and I need to turn this into $50,000 in the next 6 months. Like, what's the way to do that?
No. Well, we flat out tell you we don't know. There's no way.
This is not funny.
But it is people really think that, like.
It's funny because we just know, like, this is how people approach us all the time. We hear it a lot, like, when you don't have it, and you want to take the little bit that we have and try to stretch it and make it grow. And it's like, we have to think about earning more money, y'all.
Right.
You got to earn it before you get some magical investment of
Right.
20,000% investment. You need to learn how to earn more money and bring in
Earn
more.
it. No, just get it.
That's right. Earn it. And then once you earn it and you learn how to save it and put it away so you have an emergency fund and you don't have to touch your money and go into debt when you need new tires, or when the window breaks, or when you need a dryer, or when the
We're about to
fridge
go
breaks,
spend like $630
all the things.
on tires tomorrow.
right? When
By the way, it started at like 8:20, and I brought them all the way down to like 6:11 with tax. Because I just kept like being like, no thanks, no, that's too much, no, I'm gonna call somebody else, no. And then they were like, well, first I'll give you a 20%
Alright.
discount. And I was like, oh,
Look
that's
at this
awesome, blah, blah,
mini
blah. And then I
burger.
was like, no, I still think that's just a little bit too high. And it's
Look at
cute.
this
Probably
compared to
very tart.
this. It's many.
And then at the very
My
end,
mini
she's like,
blueberry.
okay, I'll tell you what I can do. I'll give you my personal discount, and that'll bring it down to 6. I was like, I'll take it.
everything is
So
negotiable.
yeah, everything's negotiable. Don't go with the first price they give you on tires. Talk them down. Hang up on them if you have to. Call back in 3 days. You just keep trying.
Everything is negotiable.
Yeah.
Anyway, that being said, how are you thinking
Except
about your cash flow?
households.
How are you thinking about your cash flow? Are you bringing in enough? And do you know how to earn it? 2026 is a year. You're going to have to learn how to earn more money
Right.
outside of your job.
And that could be the goal. How can I, create more income? Obviously I think a lot of people actually do think about it. But
A lot of
again, it's
people
that
absolutely do.
it's that equals how can I get another job, a second job or a third job? It's
And then it comes down to I don't have time.
yeah,
And where do I get this time from? And,
right.
I just talked about that on BizBuzz this past Friday. I just shared that's the number one myth, y'all. The number one
Then you
myth.
don't have time.
Yeah, that we don't have time. Like we all have the same 168 hours in the week. We all have the
Right.
same. So something to take back accountability. Right? I'm big on accountability. To take back accountability and responsibility for your time. When you say I don't have time, it's like kind of victim. Like time is away from you. Like you don't have control of it. But we all have the same amount of time. So here's what we changed the language to. I just talked about this on BizBuzz. We changed the language to that's not my priority. That's not my priority. So, and at any time you feel yourself saying, I don't have time to start a business. No, that's not my priority to start a business. Say that to yourself
Right.
because that's more the truth. We prioritize, we make time for the things that we prioritize.
That we want. Yeah.
All right, we make time for if school is a priority for you, you get to school. If work is a priority because it's your paycheck, you show up to work. If your family's a priority, you cook their meals and do the things right. You always have time for the things that you prioritize. But
Right.
instead of saying, I don't have time, no, that's not my priority. Start telling your kids that instead of telling them, I don't have time to do that. Nope, that's not my priority. That takes ownership back of like your time. Right? So here's something to know for people that say, I want to start a business, but I don't have time. You start a business because you want time, not because you have time.
Right.
Okay? Right? You start a business because ultimately it should give you your time back.
Mhm.
Done properly, you put yourself in a position to work, and then that gets you your time back because you can have people work in that business. You can sell that business. There's lots of things that can happen on the back end. When you have a job,
And it's your
you can't
own
do that.
time. When you have a business, even the time you spend on your business is your time, is your controlled time, which means nobody is controlling that time for you. You're not like controlled by a job that's saying you have to be here for this certain amount of hours or you don't have a job anymore. That business is your business, so all that time is invested in yourself. So you have full control now of that
68.
168 hours a week.
Mhm.
A week. So you have full control of that now. So that's what business ownership gives, is full control of that time, of all the time that's allotted to all of us.
That's right. And that's taking ownership of your life. That's what it is. You take ownership of your life.
Now, what you do with that time, that's what's most important. So that right there is like the definition of how you prioritize it. What you do with your time, the time that you're given, is what's most important to you, what you value most. You think the job is going to give you the best way, then you give that time to the job. You want to bet on yourself and you think you can give yourself the best path, then you invest that time in yourself. It's just really about how we prioritize and invest the time that we have to invest into what's going to give you the best return on the time you spend.
That's it. And so, again, we have to make these decisions. But at the end of the day, all of this impacts your money mindset, like how you think about money, how you think about earning money, how you think about where your time goes to get a return. Where is your best, time spent? Again, a little thing in our household, like I don't spend time fixing up anything in the house. I don't feel like that's a good usage of my time. I just don't. No matter how small or big that thing is, I just don't think it's a good usage of my time. If a project turns into 4 extra hours and trips to Lowe's and Home Depot and looking up stuff on the internet and trying to figure it out, that 4 hours, I could have been doing something completely different. And so I'd rather just pay someone to do that stuff.
That's why my dad, I never see on the fridge a craft made from him. That's why I don't really ask him that. It's because that he won't do it, and it's just not worth saying, no, I'm not gonna do it. And just hearing that.
At least I'm very honest. I know what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. In certain things, not
And
a
then
good
this
usage of my
lady
time.
says the same thing, but then sometimes she says, okay, fine, I'll do it, but tonight. But then this guy is just like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Alrighty.
I have work.
Yes, gotcha.
All right, cool. So,
Thank
anyways,
you, yes.
good usage of our time goes to the things that we prioritize. And so, when it comes to making money, instead of having that excuse potentially of I don't have time, I'm just kidding. I don't have time to do something. I don't have time to start something. Let's change it to that's not my priority, and then make something your priority. This year might be the year you need to make making money a priority.
Yeah.
You might need to make having
Or
a
taking
supplemental
risks.
income
You know,
be a priority.
to make money. Sometimes it does take, a little bit of risk, or betting on yourself when you're scared. That's really beyond the I don't have time, reason that people fall back on. Is it's really fear of like I don't think I can, or I don't think this will work, or this might be too hard, or I don't know anything about this, or I'm not ready yet. All those things are all just reasons that work against us. But you've got to sometimes just take a risk and bet on yourself. And most of the time people don't regret that they did. People don't regret that, like, man, at least I tried it. Even though it did failed, I mean, at least I tried it. Like most of the time people aren't like, oh my God, I lost 5 years on, trying this one thing. I've not heard a lot of entrepreneurs actually regret any of their energy spent in entrepreneurship. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that.
You don't hear it because what we know is once you try, you're learning and growing.
Right.
It's not really an outcome thing. Like, oh, I failed at this and I wasted time. No, like the person
Naturally
you had to
become a
become,
different person.
the person you had to become just to pursue that changes who you are, and so you don't look back like, oh, I didn't do anything.
Right.
It's the people again, though, like you said, that don't risk, don't try, don't go. Those are the regrets. It's like, oh, I wish I would have tried.
Exactly.
I wish I would have gone this direction. Oh, I wish I would have changed this.
Yes.
And eventually, you don't have the time, the energy.
Right.
You don't have the.
And then it is just the regret. Right? I gotta take this.
To be able to. So.
Hello.
With that being said, we're gonna wrap up today's Money Mondays. Again, some things we wanted to leave for you, which were some money habits to leave back in 2025 to not bring into 2026, which were some of the things we talked about, like lack of financial planning, trying to keep up with the Joneses, not communicating about your money, having that poor money mindset. Maybe we need to read some books and things like that on money, and again, making sure we're thinking about cash flow in a good way, bringing good energy, positive energy into our money so that we can do good things with it. All right. So that being said,
happy
Money
Mondays with the
Mouzons.
Mouzons, and I'm the substitute of Zara. So yeah.
There we go. This little one has her Z's book reads.
Z's book reads right here.
Yep,
I don't think you can see the mouse.
They can't, but they can see that there. So again, we've been saying this for the past few weeks now. This young one has her own TikTok page. It's called Z's Book Reads. We're doing it for a few different reasons. One, she enjoys reading, and so we want to showcase that. Young people that enjoy reading, enjoy literacy, enjoy learning from books. That's always important. Also, getting her in the habit of learning how to communicate what she's learning, what she's picking up, the books and things like that. So we need your support by going over to TikTok.
And Z's Book Reads is about technically selling, not selling, but like selling books. Yeah.
Right.
Not selling, because
that's what we're going to get to. We're going to get to selling books. So for all of you, we know a lot of children's authors and people that need the support to continue to push their books out. We're building a platform over there for her to be able to push these books out to everybody that needs to hear it, that wants to support a good story. So we need your support first to go over to TikTok, Z's Book Reads, give us a follow. We need 1,000 followers over there so she can
1,000 followers.
go live.
And I think I only have 2 right now.
And I think we have more than 2. But
okay, maybe 5.
We might be closer to 100. Might be closer.
So like 60.
Yeah, we might be closer to 100 by now. I'm not sure. But either way, we need you to go over.
When we get over this show.
I will. I'll show you. We need to go over there, support Z's Book Reads.
Yes.
All your parents, friends that want to help their kids continue to learn how to read and get excited by literacy. Zamina's going to be over there doing those things. We're going to share it here on Facebook too, but go over there on TikTok first and give us a follow. Cool? Awesome.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Until next Monday.
Till next Monday.
Later.